report the chaos. We reveal the agenda.
Today, we pull back the curtain on a human tragedy turned into a global business. This is the business of begging, a world where poverty is exploited, crime is organized, and suffering becomes a commodity. Before we start, hit the subscribe button and join ATM, where we uncover the hidden forces shaping our world. Let's jump to the story. On the streets of every major city, Karachi, Mumbai, Cairo, Nairobi, Manila, Sao Paulo, Paris, you see them. Children with dusty hands, mothers carrying infants, elderly men with trembling voices. They stretch out their palms, and the world walks past. We think of begging as poverty, but behind many outstretched hands, there is something far more sinister, a structured, organized, profitable industry. To understand how the begging economy grew, we must go back to the roots. Begging has existed since the first cities were built. When inequality grew, begging grew with it. But it became systemic during the colonial era, when millions were displaced, orphaned, or economically crushed. Charity became a control mechanism. Dependence became normalized. Then came the informal economy. Street vendors, day laborers, and yes, beggars. In fragile states with weak policing, begging transformed from a survival activity into a business model. Today, begging is not just poverty. It is a recruitment system, a supply chain, a profit-making enterprise, a multi-billion-dollar shadow sector. In cities like Mumbai and Karachi, investigators estimate the industry earns millions of dollars annually. Children are trafficked. Disabled individuals are owned. Entire groups are controlled by Mafia-style bosses. These networks organize shifts. They assign locations. They collect earnings. And they punish anyone who disobeys. But how does a simple act, asking for money, become a criminal empire? The answer lies in three forces. 1. Extreme poverty. Millions have no safety net. 2. Weak governance. Corrupt officials turn a blind eye. Some are paid to. 3. Human vulnerability. People in desperation can be manipulated easier than any currency. And so, slowly, silently, begging evolved. Not as a social failure, but as an economic opportunity for those willing to exploit human suffering. To understand the modern begging industry, you must see what lies behind the scenes, in alleys, abandoned buildings, and hidden warehouses. This is where begging networks operate. At the top are the handlers, the controllers. They organize transportation, assign territories, track daily quotas, and manage collections. Below them are recruiters, individuals who prey on runaway children, abandoned infants, refugees, migrants, drug addicts, and the mentally ill. Some are taken with promises of work. Others simply disappear. And finally, the front line, the beggars themselves, many of whom are victims of trafficking. But the darkest truth of all, some are deliberately disfigured to increase earnings. The stories are horrifying: children blinded, limbs broken and improperly healed, burn marks created intentionally, babies drugged so they remain limp and sympathetic. These are not isolated incidents. They are part of a calculated business model. The Mafia controls everything: location territories, morning deployments, midday cash pickups, nightly accounting sessions, punishments for low earnings, payments to corrupt police, transport routes across cities, fake documents for cross-border trafficking. Women are often forced to carry borrowed infants, some drugged, some rented, some trafficked. Children are rotated between cities to avoid detection. Tourist areas generate the highest revenue. Investigations in various countries reveal the same pattern. One boss controls dozens, sometimes hundreds. The victims sleep in cramped rooms. They eat leftovers. They receive a small share, often less than 10% of what they collect. The rest fuels a system built on misery. But this industry doesn't just exploit individuals. It reshapes entire cities. In some places, beggars are strategically placed near traffic signals, religious sites, wealthy neighborhoods, shopping districts, hospitals, international airports. These locations are negotiated, sometimes violently, between rival groups. Territory disputes can turn deadly. This isn't charity. It's a shadow economy, run like a corporation, enforced like a cartel. Begging is no longer confined to local streets. It has crossed borders, oceans, continents. International crime groups discovered something no one wanted to acknowledge publicly. Begging is profitable everywhere and almost unregulated. Europe reports thousands of cases of children trafficked from Eastern Europe, West Africa, and South Asia, forced to beg on the streets of London, Paris, Rome, Barcelona, Stockholm. In the Middle East, migrants from South Asia and Africa are trafficked to Gulf countries, their passports confiscated, deployed to streets by networks that operate like labor brokers. In North Africa, refugees fleeing war, especially from Sudan, Ethiopia, and Syria, are exploited by smugglers who convert them into forced beggars when they cannot pay travel debts. In Southeast Asia, gangs move children across borders between Myanmar, Thailand, Cambodia, and Malaysia, using corrupt officials and forged birth certificates. This is no longer local crime. It is international supply chains. The roots mirror those used for human trafficking, organ trafficking, drug smuggling, illegal migration, exploitative child labor. Because the same infrastructure, the same boats, buses, bribed officials, corrupted border guards serve all these industries. And then there is the digital dimension. In recent years, begging has moved online. Live stream begging on social media platforms, fake medical fundraisers, influencers exploiting disabled individuals to generate sympathy donations, scams using AI-generated voices of crying children, and live stream rooms where people in poverty perform punishment challenges for online donations. Suffering monetized. The global begging economy is now a hybrid: offline begging, controlled by gangs; online begging, controlled by digital exploiters; cross-border begging, controlled by trafficking networks, all feeding an industry worth billions worldwide. And yet, the victims remain invisible. Behind every statistic is a face. Behind every face is a life. And behind every life, a story of pain, survival, and exploitation. Many beggars are victims. Children stolen from families, refugees escaping war, and disabled individuals who were once healthy. Addicts forced into dependency, women fleeing domestic abuse, and elderly people abandoned because systems failed them. The begging economy survives because society allows it. This complex issue is often overlooked, perpetuating a cycle of vulnerability. Governments look away, police are bribed, and religious institutions normalize giving without questioning the underlying issues. And ordinary people think charity ends when a coin hits a hand. This simplistic view often fails to address the root causes of begging. But charity without structure creates demand, and demand fuels exploitation, trapping individuals in a cycle they cannot escape. So what is the solution? Many countries have explored various approaches to tackle this multifaceted problem. Some found partial success with rehabilitation centers, vocational programs, and child protection units. Anti-trafficking enforcement, digital identity systems, and cash welfare transfers have also shown promise. Shelter networks and street rescue operations provide immediate relief and a pathway to safety for those in dire need. But none can function effectively without one fundamental principle. You must break the economic incentive. As long as begging remains profitable, it will continue to thrive, perpetuating the exploitation of vulnerable individuals. And the future? Artificial intelligence is poised to reshape the landscape of begging in unprecedented ways. We could see AI-generated deepfake victims, virtual begging avatars, and manipulated live streams designed to deceive. These scams will be so convincing, they bypass human empathy filters, making it harder to distinguish genuine need from sophisticated fraud. But there's hope. Through awareness, education, and smart charity, we can make a difference. Smart charity means giving to verified institutions, not directly to street networks, ensuring aid reaches those who truly need it. Supporting rehabilitation over random donations is crucial. It provides sustainable solutions rather than temporary fixes, demanding governments invest in social protection and treating the poor not as objects of pity, but as human beings deserving dignity. The business of begging thrives in darkness. Documentaries like this expose the shadows, bringing critical issues to light. If this documentary opened your eyes, subscribe to ATM, because the world is full of hidden industries, and we will expose them one by one.